Hello everyone, this is Maryann here from Revealing Light, Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. I hope everybody's doing okay today. I caught up on the day's news. Well, it's early morning here in Australia. And I must say that this is, out of all the mornings that I've come to you, or evenings if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is one of the most precarious, I feel. We are going to be looking at, is Trump planning to attack Iran? That's first up. Then we'll look at the military deployment in America. It's so unbelievable and so terrible. They have deployed, or they have confirmed, the military has confirmed that they've deployed predator drones to observe protesters, predator drones. Will Trump invoke the Insurrection Act, declare martial law? And how does this all end? Please, Spirit, give us some light. And I also want to look at the future of AUKUS, which is the Australia, US, UK, I guess, defence arrangement where we pay billions of dollars for second-hand submarines, and we seem to be paying for things that we're not getting. Apparently, Trump has ordered a review of AUKUS. Now we can remember the name of it, to ensure that it suits America First agenda. Now, if you recall, when I read on Australia before, Australia's relationship with the Trump government, I said Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister, elected with a record mandate, he would ask him to do something that is contrary to Australia's interests, and Prime Minister Albanese would say no. And I'm wondering if this is where we're going with all of this. At home here in Australia, we are talking very, very seriously about the need to pull out of the AUKUS agreement. It's a serious conversation, and I think that Trump's going to give us a reason to do so. We've already paid, I think it's almost $1 billion up front. It's just we should never have pulled out of the deal with the French, with Macron, and the submarines they were going to supply us. And right now we have a good opportunity to look at not paying billions and billions of dollars for a second-rate deal with the Trump government. We've got an opportunity now to look at where do we want to spend that money instead. We develop underwater drones. We're in front. We're out the front in that development. It's a modern day warfare now is done with drones. And underwater drones there's going to be a real need for that. Where should we be spending our money? Australians are increasingly saying not on AUKUS. All right, we'll see where all that's going as well. Let's get started. As I said, this is one of the more precarious types of readings that I've done, I fear. Let me just have a cup of tea, always calms me down. I fear that we are going to that America is going to go to war with Iran, that the Middle East tinderbox will blow completely sky high, and hopefully, no one wants to be dragged into another Middle Eastern war with America. I hope that we can resist that. Maybe again, that is also Prime Minister Albanese saying it's not in our interest to be caught up in a war in the Middle East. Australia has just sanctioned the two far-right extreme Israeli cabinet members for their, I don't know how you would describe it, basically they want to ethnic cleanse, and they say it out in the open. Well, Australia's joined with France, the UK, other countries to sanction these two ministers. Good. By the way, America has dropped its long-held position for a two-state solution in the Middle East. Okay, so let's get started. is Trump going to attack Iran? He has pulled out the diplomatic staff in Iraq. That's a good indication. This is what he's going to do. The Houthis in Yemen have bombed one of Israel's major airports. It seems like it's an inevitability, doesn't it? Let's see. Will Trump go to war with Iran? Well, I'm just seeing the mask of death. Okay, so yeah, I think yes. I think there's an attack and a deployment there. Israel has long wanted to bomb Iran's nuclear facilities, except they're way underground. Would they bomb Iran's oil industry, cut it off from, and of course, as I say, Iran has a pact with Russia. What is likely to occur? All right, will Trump attack Iran? Will Trump attack Iran? Is he planning to attack Iran? Is Trump planning to attack Iran? He wants a victory. Is Trump planning to attack Iran? A show of strength. And we get the voters. So he wants, like they have done, weapons of mass destruction, all the times that leaders have taken their own countries into war simply to show their strength, to shore up their strength. Okay, it's not going to go well for him. The 10 of Wands. Now remember, Obama had a nuclear deterrent treaty with Iran, and Trump pulled them out, and now he can't get a deal with them to stop producing nuclear weapons. I feel they've already got one. This is I know what is happening elsewhere is very precarious, but this is also very precarious. It's going to be hard for him, just like everybody else that go in, all guns blazing. It's going to be a tough hill climb. The King of Cups is in the past, okay? The wisdom, Sleepy Joe, they used to call him. I bet a lot of people are wishing for that kind of environment, peace. Okay, the Knight of Cups, hopefully war can be averted. That would speak of potentially there can be a deal done, but then we get the Sun card. I think yes. I don't see any way. Could be a last minute deal, but I don't see any way. Now, he needs Congress approval, King of Swords, objectivity and planning, and something's gone wrong here. The Seven of Pentacles, is it an appropriation for this? I don't know. There seems to be a monetary issue here. The Hopes and Fears is the Minor Arcana Death card. 3 cups lost, 2 remaining. That's the fear. And then we get the Empress card. That's a yes. The Ace of Cups is another yes. And then we get the impacts. They're going to try, and I think they will attack the oil refineries. They want to bring Iran financially to its knees. And there's the victory card. I don't see any way around this. I feel that he is. We have illusion and delusion. It's not going to go well. This is not going to go well for him. It's really, it's not going to be good. There's the Tower. Illusion, delusion, again, thinking he can do it. Because he can do it, he should. But it's just not as easy as what he thinks it's going to be. We have Democrats, my card for Democrats, families. We have truth. We have things really quickening up, and then the truth again coming out. Bombshells, partisanship, new plan, and we get the High Priestess. I think that because he hasn't got congressional approval, this might be a line in the sand here that I don't know. Was Bush ever was he ever held accountable for weapons of mass destruction lie? Was he ever, you know, why should these sort of outcomes be a surprise when justice is not done? Okay, I'm afraid to say I think there's an impending Iran attack, an attack on Iran. I hope to goodness I'm wrong. It's not going to go well. If just pray I'm wrong. I'd be happy to be wrong, but I can't see. Those cards are telling me there will be a strike on Iran. All right, now let's go to America itself. Will the military deploy into other states? I actually predicted they would in the last reading. Hegseth in front of the Congress has said that this is, a possibility. They will deploy the military in other states. This, of course, is going to be found to be illegal. But right now, we've got to deal with the here and now. Will there be military deployment in other states? We'll also look at his June 14th parade. Oh, God. Okay. Will Trump deploy the military into other states? Wish fulfillment, they wish. Justice, okay. They don't have the authority to expand this without declaring, I think, without invoking the Insurrection Act. He wants to. I've said that he's wanted to all along, but there's something around finance or something like that. There's a issue there, a money issue, which is stopping him. The Wheel of Fortune change. Objectivity is in the past at this point. There is a plan in the sky to do that. The Queen of Wands is motivation, passion. Of course, No King Day is coming up in the next few days. Okay, we have the High Priestess, secret, something to be revealed, and then the courts, the Hierophant, the government, the law is in the environment around. I don't know the processes around the declaring, invoking the Insurrection Act, but I do see the courts maybe alarmed. Maybe the something around the High Court there. Ultimately, we're going to get it will transpire. This has been done illegally. What he's doing right now, the King of Wands, the Congress, and the strength. I'm afraid we've got boundaries and an inevitability that he will overstep those boundaries. It is going to be found to be illegal, but that's not helping us right now, is it? I feel he is. That confirms my other reading that he will deploy. He will do what he's done in Los Angeles to other states. Okay. And, of course, we know they're likely to be blue states. All right. Will he invoke the Insurrection Act? Gee whiz. America is being torn apart. I said there would be so much damage to clear and clean up and mend by 2028. Even if when I don't even think if when he is removed, he doesn't do a full term. The real work starts after the Republicans are out of office. Okay, so is he going to declare... will he invoke the Insurrection Act? Will he invoke the Insurrection Act? Being advised by someone like Stephen Miller, who doesn't even know what habeas corpus is, makes these blind, blithering statements. Will he invoke the Insurrection Act? Will Trump invoke the Insurrection Act? Is this why he needs the Iran war? So we get Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a monetary issue here. I don't know what it is. Maybe some of my lawyer friends can help me out here. I think, investors into the US do so because of the rule of law, because of the stability. If there is an Insurrection Act, well, it's really quite incredible. The US held a bond sale, $22 billion bond sale, and didn't get what they wanted. Their buyers just weren't there. Okay, the Queen of Swords, objectivity. I think he's being advised against it. In the past, defending oneself. Page of Wands. Circles of support. I don't think he has. Does he need the cabinet, and does he need Congress to come on? I don't know how this works, but it seems like he hasn't got the support or the grounds to do it yet. So they're sort of trying this backdoor way. The voters, they're going to come for you, Donald Trump. And Republicans, they're coming for you. Yeah, there are monetary issue, lies and deceit. No, he's not invoking. No. Moving out of troubled waters. No, he is not invoking the Insurrection Act. Okay, so they're coming around it in through the back door. There's something to do with finances and I think approval as well, and the grounds on which he's being advised against it. Okay, so what he's doing now in activating the section of the Armed Services Act without the permission of the governors. Will Trump be found to have acted illegally in the wash-up? Will Trump be found to have acted illegally in the wash-up? Right, he's flat on his back. He's in a bed. He's flat out, Four of Swords type energy. Retreat, wounded. Will Trump have been found? He's knocked out. Will Trump have been found to have acted illegally? Chariot, things speeding up, and isolation. Yeah, nobody's on board with this. Boundaries is at the boundaries holding via the courts. Queen of Cups. Something around the care, like military, can't be, and I don't know the Constitution that well, but the troops can't be used against the citizens. And what they're doing is they're not making the arrests, but they're holding the people down until the police come, who then make the arrest, trying to sort of do this backdoor thing. It's not going to work. Oh, the Sun card. Oh, wish the sun would shine. Bring us some relief here. The Queen of Pentacles, national security. We get, I guess, the way everybody's feeling. 2 Australian journalists have been shot at. Multiple press have been detained and arrested. This is just a lawless presidency. There's a stability issue here. There is no more stability. That's what I mean. This is going to further entrench a downturn for America financially, because it simply can't be relied upon as a fully fledged civil society. It's not that anymore. Wisdom has gone out the window. Yes. 3 cups lost and 1 remaining. And then heartbreak and betrayal. Okay, so the outcome card, if it gives you any sort of cold comfort, he will have been found to have acted illegally. It will go all the way, but by then, the damage has sort of been done, and there's heartbreak and betrayal that this has occurred in the US. The truth, though, will always emerge. We have abuse of power, and we have the end. It will be what he's doing now. The actions he's taking now is contributing to this end. And by September, things have shifted. Now you understand the reading, the astrology reading that I did, the prediction that the June is going to be pretty horrendous, that we need to really, really be prepared for that, and then progressively the details and the truth emerge, and he's going to be found that he acted illegally. If that's any comfort for you today, I hope you take it. All right, how does How does this end? I mean, Pete Hegseth will have his day of being thrown under the bus. How does this end for Trump? How does this end? How does this end for Trump? How does this end? He is sort of lying in state. I don't know if there's anything. When I say dead. He's not there. Okay, how does it end? It ends with his death. Like, how does it end for all of us? It ends with our death. But I'm seeing him. Maybe it's sooner rather than later for him. How does this end? I don't like predicting people's death, but it's an inevitability for all of us. How we wish to end this time around, how we wish to ascend post passing over. Have we been of service to others? Have we lived with kindness, compassion, all of those things? Have we done no harm to others? Minimal harm. Have we learnt the lessons? All of these things become important at the end of our lives. Okay, I don't know why I went on like that, but anyway. Okay, how does this end for Trump? How does this end? In death. In death. Do I need to go on? Boundaries being tested to the limit, but still holding. Victory is at the foundation of the reading. The Ace of Cups in the past, a new emotional reset, a new reset, justice being done. In so many ways, do we really think that we cannot hold people accountable and then not have to face the consequences? Paranoia, restriction, worry, objectivity. We are gaining more objectivity. The lovers, relationships, his cult are waking up. Really, it's the end of Trumpism, something coming to fruition in time, in the hopes and fears. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, money, the spy in the camp, and isolation. So, what does he take with him? At the end of the day, he will have made a lot of money. He will have betrayed a lot of people, and he will be extremely isolated. Disappointment, 1 cup remaining, and then we get change. Okay, so there's life after Trump, which means your democracy, although battered and bruised and tested, a semblance of it does remain. I don't think American democracy will completely fall. All right, now I want to, if you notice, Musk has Elon Musk. Might change decks here. Elon Musk has, this is the Rider-Waite, by the way. Elon Musk has basically apologised for some, not all. I noticed the use of the word some. And this is the Geopolitical tarot. Some, not all of his tweets. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got his head in a vice, no doubt. Most of his money has been made in subsidies. Not all, but a good chunk of his money is tied up in government subsidies, government contracts. You can't insult a president, a very vindictive man like Trump, and get away with it. So Musk is backing down, but I don't think he's going to give up. I think he's just going to play a little bit smarter. If I were him, I'd get some rehab and embrace the Democrats to bring down Trump. Maybe he'll do that. I don't know. All right, so has Musk been threatened? Well, he has. Okay, why did Musk back down? Why did Musk back down? Is it the fear of deportment? Trump threatened to deport him, or Bannon did. Why did Musk back down? The Fool, new starts. He's trying to rehab his image, the Empress Abundance, his money, his fortune, not wanting to lose too much. The Nine of pardon me, the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety. Okay, he was incredibly worried that he'd exposed himself. Goodness gracious me. Money. The Four of Wands in the background, which is families, celebrations, all that came to an end. The Seven of Swords in the sky, lies and deceit, not nice cards. And then we get the Queen of Cups. There was something here that that Trump threatened to expose. Look, she's just pouring the water out of the cup. The Page of Wands, speaking out, and then the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, family. Yeah, it's his business. His business was threatened. The Chariot, things getting out of control in the hopes and fears. And then we get the Seven of Cups. Illusion, delusion. Look at the snakes here. Illusion, delusion. And the Five of Pentacles. Yep, money. Money being locked out. Oh, God. And then justice. Trump's got stuff on him. The court's prosecuting him. We would have just ruined him. The Ace of Fire, a new plan. The Five of Cups, absolute loss here. The Ace of Pentacles. And then we get War. War. The Emperor card. Okay, the King of Pentacles, war with Trump, would have completely and utterly ruined him. That's why he backed down. I think there was threats of prosecution there. Everything, loss of everything was thrown at him. And that's why he's backed down. Okay. Well, you lie in bed with snakes and you're going to get bitten. All right. Okay, now to AUKUS. Trump has asked for a review of AUKUS to make sure it fits with Australia First agenda. Now, here's the thing. Australia put sanctions, as I said, with France and the UK on two right-wing extremist extremist cabinet members in the Israeli government. I think this is payback for that. Anthony Albanese is a progressive. Well, the Labor Party is centralist to left wing. Some people say more centralist than left wing. Now that there's not a lot of distinguishment between the Conservatives and Labor centralists, but still they're not an extreme right wing party. Australia rejected Trump. All of these things have added up. We need to pull out of the AUKUS deal. Okay, so is Trump going to demand something from Australia that we can't give him? Wouldn't be in our interest too. The Seven of Gardens. Okay, he's going to change and the Empress card. He is actually going to require more from Australia. Again, he asked us to spend 5% of our GDP. I think we're rising to 3.2% of the GDP, but like everybody else, we have minimal growth, economic growth. The world's a tough place right now. We have, I think it's 1% growth, annual growth. We are not going backwards anyway. We're holding our own. We've got very good fiscal management here in Australia. He's going to want more money from us. He's going to try and get more money from us. But we have the Eight of Wands. Look at the card, the Geopolitical Tarot. Something percolating, a volcano ready to explode. We're going to hear about this soon. The King of Pentacles is in the past, basically bullying and extortion like he does to everybody else. The Jester of the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. We're going to hear something soon. It's like betraying our own interests. The Drowned Man. The Hanged Man. I don't think the deal's going ahead. We need to cut our losses and spend our money, that appropriated money, elsewhere. We need to call Emmanuel Macron back. Okay, the Hanged Man, pausing it. I don't think he's going to go ahead with it. I think he's going to want outrageous money for it, and he's going to break the deal, basically, and we're going to end it. The World card. And then the King of Winds, the King of Swords. The objectivity is we already know the deal is over. AUKUS will not proceed. The Three of Fire. We will look to other allies for defence pacts. Mark Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, was very on point when he said, it's over. It's over. We can no longer rely on America. Even after Trump has gone, we still have MAGA, we still have Vance, we still have all of these nutcases. We'd have to see a long period of stability to come back, but it seems like AUKUS is not going to proceed. Australia will start to feel a bit like Elon Musk here. The Seven of Cups, illusion, delusion. The Nine of Swords, anxiety. And then we have strength. So out of the ashes, we find our strength, and we get the Hierophant, the government, and then the Seven of Fire. We'll have to deal with our own partisan environment here in Australia when this deal ends. The Stranger of Gardens is the Knight of Pentacles. We just can't do it. The High Priestess, financially we can't do what he's asking. The High Priestess and the Ace of Swords. The truth is going to emerge. Three of Cups, we will find partnerships elsewhere. I think the break is inevitable, and we're part of the Commonwealth. We have good relationships with the Commonwealth, India, Canada, Europe, and we have a decent enough relationship with China. Can we independently go it alone and show, perhaps with diplomacy and strength, how it can be done? I think we can. So, okay. So this is all ending in shambles, with a lot of pain in between time, but end it will. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.